It looks like the whales are going all in, and it's going to have huge implications for Dogecoin in the near future. Hello guys, and welcome back to Crypto Fire, where we talk about Dogecoin, cryptocurrency, and investing. Before we go any further, please keep in mind that we're giving away $500 to a random subscriber. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and leave a comment on your favorite crypto. Read our description for more info about it. Now, let's get started with today's video. Before we look at what the crypto whales did, let's look at this. Currently, the correlation between Bitcoin and Dogecoin prices is 0.87. This suggests that most of the time, Dogecoin is going to move wherever Bitcoin goes. And now, let's talk about what the Bitcoin whales did. According to data from the on-chain analytics firm Chainalysis, whales accounted for more than $10 billion in Bitcoin purchases between late June to late August. And MicroStrategy contributed to it, having amassed billions of dollars in Bitcoin as treasury assets since last year. According to the study, the last time this kind of accumulation happened was in the run-up to Bitcoin's all-time high of 6K, which it reached in mid-April earlier this year. I hope you see where I'm going with this. One of the major things that led Bitcoin to its all-time high is occurring again, and this implies that Bitcoin is headed back to 64K. And this also means that Dogecoin is going back to its all-time highs too because of its high correlation with Bitcoin's price. If we take a look at this chart, it shows that Dogecoin reached its all-time high around the time Bitcoin did. And then Dogecoin fell to around 20 cents when Bitcoin fell to around 30K. So I think it's really great news for Dogecoin that the whales are signaling something that big for Bitcoin. Before we talk more about Dogecoin's price, let's take a look at what some other analysts said about where Bitcoin is headed from here. So, according to Daniela Hathorn from DailyFX, Bitcoin's upward trend isn't in jeopardy as long as it remains above its 200-day moving average of 45.7K. And then there was Alexandra Clark from Global Block, who said that the simple and exponential moving averages of Bitcoin provide strong purchase signals. Not only that, but MicroStrategy continues to add to its Bitcoin holdings. This support might help to stabilize the retreat and keep the breakout move over 45K going. So basically, it looks like Doge and Bitcoin are perhaps going to trade sideways for a while. But the good part is that we most probably aren't falling below the 25 cents level for Doge in the short term. And in a while, we'll go back to the all-time highs too. Before we talk more about Dogecoin's price analysis, I'd just like to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So you should definitely do proper research before investing anything into crypto. Moving on, as you can see here, the search trends have been quite bullish for Dogecoin. And if we look at the social analysis, the 7-day positive average comes down to 15K, and that's almost 7 times the negative tweets that came out for Doge. Now, let's analyze its charts for a minute. Since Doge scored its monthly high of 35 cents, prices have fallen by 20%. The value activity seen throughout the last 2 weeks has driven Doge to frame a bullish falling wedge pattern. Each time prices contacted either pattern, it was dismissed to the opposite one. Falling wedges are typically bullish 80% of the time as a breakout to the potential gain is expected to activate the pattern. For Dogecoin to go over the 30 cents mark, the bulls have to break over the top trend of the falling wedge and tackle the significant resistance at 28 cents. If the bulls succeed to pull this off, Doge will have a shot at hitting 30 to 34 cents shortly after that. Anyway, as per the analysis, Bitcoin's performance over the last 2 weeks has given hope that a bigger value move is not far away. If Bitcoin heads for the ascending pattern, Dogecoin will most probably do the same. Inside the oversold area. This is safe as long as the price can remain inside its falling wedge pattern until strength breaks above the RSI of 20. Breaking over 20 will probably start one more short bull run for Dogecoin. Now, coming back to Bitcoin, another great stat about Bitcoin was that its transaction volume has hit a monthly high. It says here that this happened because, over the past year, crypto adoption has surged by over 880%. Moving on, some great news came from the world of tennis. The 23-year-old tennis superstar Naomi Osaka recently said that she's looking into Dogecoin right now. She basically said that, "I was just talking with my agent about cryptocurrencies. I know that online, everything is getting bigger. I remember reading about Dogecoin. There's going to be something new and interesting that's going to pop up. Now, this might not seem like a big deal, but I think it definitely is because Osaka is the most popular female tennis player in the world right now. She has hundreds of thousands of followers who will most definitely be influenced to look into Dogecoin after her bullish comments. Moving on, let's talk about some really bullish news from institutional investors. According to a new report, institutional investors now own around $70 billion worth of Bitcoin. Asset managers accumulated as much as 4% of Bitcoin's total supply, while both private and public companies both raked in 1% of it. And that's according to data reported by Buy Bitcoin Worldwide. Basically, they're talking about the asset managers here. Currently, they hold around 1.5 million BTC, which comes down to 7.8% of its circulating supply. The top holder is obviously Grayscale Investments, which has around 650K Bitcoin at the moment. I think that this is a staggering amount to be held by just one entity. But the great part is that this isn't an anomaly, and many institutional investors like MicroStrategy are also really bullish on Bitcoin. And this is obviously great for Doge because if BTC goes up, which these institutions predict, Doge will go up with it too. Anyway, a bearish prediction came from Michael van de Poppe. According to this chart, Bitcoin has performed poorly in September almost every year. Interestingly, BTC has never seen an increment of more than 6% in September. So, it just makes him wonder whether Bitcoin will repeat this pattern or not. So, basically, things might get a little shaky in September, and it'll take out a lot of paper hands that are in the market right now. In any case, this coincides with the prediction that Plan B had for Bitcoin for September. And we really want all their predictions to come true because they said that Bitcoin is going to reach 100K by Christmas. And of course, if this happens, the entire market sentiment will flip and Doge will most certainly go above the 90 cents mark as well. Also, the popular on-chain analyst Willy Woo believes that the entire market will blow up in November. So he said that this is a macrocycle thing. You would have seen it at the 2015 or 2014 bottom. You saw it at the 2019 bottom, and actually, you saw it over 2020 where we came back down. There was the COVID crisis. There was Michael Saylor scooping up all the coins, and that was another peak of long-term holders accumulating. We're moving into a peak, and we will be at the peak at current rates by next month. That means peak accumulation. Peak accumulation will be defining this kind of sideways band, and then after that, we do a run-up. The last run-up was 10K to 60K, starting from October last year. The run-up before that was from 4K to 14K over a matter of months. So, in October, if we start to peak, we're starting to look into November onwards to go. That's when the run-up happens. All the coins are being scooped up by these long-term guys. The latest stuff we can see in the data between the investors is that it's not going to repeat, and this cycle is not a 2013 double pump and a blow-off top. This is completely different. This is the new 2020 onward cycle that we've never seen before. If you look on-chain, it's a completely different structure, never seen it before. This is very promising. We're going to have another run and forget December's sell-off, which has happened every other top. So, coming back to Doge, I think it's not far-fetched to predict that a massive rally is coming for it in the next couple of months. And as I said, it just might be wise to hold onto your coins when things inevitably get hard in September. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye. Take care.